Hey you guys, I have to make a video about how to tell if someone is really into you or just using you because I watched this guy who makes YouTube videos. He's pretty good, and he makes the point that for a lot of guys it's hard to tell if a woman is into him or not because women will like smile and be nice and all that because they just like the validation and the flattery you're giving them. And so then it's easy for guys who don't know any better to over invest in a woman who's just using him for flattery and attention. I've also seen women use men because they're bored. They just like the attention, or they want some guy to just buy them stuff, like a drink, a dinner, or gifts. And but it goes the other way too. A lot of men can use women because mostly for sex, and it's disappointing to be used. So, how do you prevent yourself from being used? Okay, so how to tell if someone's really into you? I also want to say that a lot of women have orbiters. Um, I personally am not into the whole orbiter thing. Like, I just want to be with people that I actually like to be with, not because I'm lonely or needy or need someone to buy me stuff. So, it's really important that we love our own company and that we look for people who enjoy our company. And so you don't want to start by overgiving as a way to compensate. A lot of people start by overgiving or over investing or not honoring their boundaries because of an underlying belief that I'm not lovable. I only matter when I'm giving, or people only like me when I give. I have to give you sex. I have to buy things for you to be loved because I'm not enough. So the way that you catch, if you're that, you don't may not know it, is when you first make friends with someone, whether it's just a friendship or dating or whatever, that you do not over give. Don't be buying a woman all this stuff. See if she actually likes you. Don't give a guy sex. See if he really likes you. Does he come around, take you out when he's not wanting to fuck you? Does he want to take you around to his friends? Does he care how you feel? Does he come over? Does he want to make dinner with you or take you to something that you've never been to? Like, he's really into you. It's not, of course, he wants to fuck you, but he wants to get to know you more than he just wants to fuck you. And he's not just biding his time to see if he can get sex, because he's actually spending time with you in person instead of doing a bunch of texting. And for guys, don't start buying a woman all this stuff and over investing. Just see if she actually likes your company. Does she just like going on a run with you or cooking a meal together? Does she enjoy just taking a walk or having a coffee and a conversation? Of course, a woman may want you to provide and protect and all of that, but if you do it too much, you're never going to know if she actually likes you for you. So, I also think it really helps to just have friendships with people who are authentic and who have other options. For example, with my friends, they're with me because they want to be with me. They have busy lives. That's another good thing. Look for people who have busy lives. And when they spend time with me, I know they are carving out a sacred part of their schedule to be with me. All my girlfriends have a lot of stuff going on, and my kids and everyone I know is super busy. They have a lot of stuff going on, but they carve out time for me because they care about me and they care about our friendship. That's what you want to look for. Not someone who has nothing going on. You want to have the feeling that this person has stuff going on, so they value themselves and their time, but they're making time for you. They're reliable and they're consistent. I really hate to see guys get used, but when we get used, I think that when people get used, they have to look at what happened. What is this experience showing me about myself? Yeah, that's a thing. I also don't believe in having like too rigid barriers, like a guy saying, I'm never even going to pay for your coffee, the woman should pay. I mean, let's have a little graciousness too, you know. I hope this has been helpful. I would love to see your comments on this. Is how to not get used by people. And again, in summary, I think that we invest in people slowly over time, and that we want to be around people who have something going on, who value their time, and where we know that they're making time for us because they're fitting us in. So it's not, they're not seeing us because they're bored. They actually have stuff going on. They're choosing us out of all these other options, not because we're giving them pussy or buying them meals, but because they actually enjoy our company. Um, what comes to mind is recently I was supposed to meet a girlfriend for lunch, and when I got to her place, I just felt like just hanging out and talking. I didn't even want to go to lunch. I just enjoy her company. That's the way, guys, that a woman should feel about you, or ladies, a guy should feel about you. It doesn't have to be anything but enjoying each other's presence. Not every time, of course, but you kind of want to see if how. And another thing you want to look for is someone who's not a people pleaser, someone who tells you no. If someone's always telling you yes, that's because they're a people pleaser or they're love bombing you or whatever. Then how do you know that they really want to be with you? They could just be a yes person who says yes to everything because they have no boundaries or no sense of self. So a confident person who has something going on, who chooses you above all the other options that they have, and they have other options, that's a good way to know that you're not being used. And you want to see that this person also reveals themselves, their weaknesses, their frailties, their vulnerabilities. You know that they're authentically sharing themselves. That's how you know you can trust someone. Because when you hear about these people, like, I don't know if it was Ted Bundy or some of these psychos, everyone goes, I can't believe he would do that. Well, he was wearing a mask. And people who wear masks only have one mode: happy, smiley. They're hiding those other parts, so you don't even really know who they are. Someone who's never displaying their vulnerabilities could be, someone that's not trustworthy, in my opinion. Of course, then you have these kind of psychopaths that are just pretend to have emotion because they don't have any, but they read other people to learn how to have emotion. So I don't know. I guess it can get complicated. But I'm a big believer that the world mirrors our internal state and our internal energy. And I think that the more we come from like a place of love and authenticity and wanting to give rather than to get, and that we have good solid boundaries in place, I think that the world will that will weed out people who are just trying to use us, because it's not fun to use people who have boundaries and who love themselves. Like, that's no fun. They're not gonna play that game. If you want to work with me for coaching, learning more how to love yourself, letting go of some of your trauma or any of your wounds, or you just want someone to talk to about your life, about your sexuality, about your family or your dating or anything, I would love to talk with you. Just contact me and we will connect. Thanks for watching my video.